What if I told you that you could replace a £50,000 marketing team, a £40,000 designer, a £30,000 virtual assistant by using just 5 AI tools costing less than £200? I've helped over 200 UK graduates to launch their startups, and these are the exact tools that are helping solo founders, including me, to compete with £1 million companies. Stick around because tool number 4 literally builds websites for you. Namaste and hello everyone. My name is Shivika and I help you navigate life through my experiences, lessons and stories. As a startup founder with a community of over 17,000 people across all my socials, I have seen firsthand how AI is changing the startup game for new entrepreneurs in the UK. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 AI tools that every startup absolutely needs, the tools I wish I had when I first started my journey. Tool number 1, let's start with a big one, generative AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity. Think of them as your strategic co-founder, the one that never sleeps. As a solo startup founder, I use Gen AI tools all the time. It really helps me do my research, bounce ideas off, do market research, do a competitor analysis, and sometimes even use these tools to simplify information that I don't easily understand. In fact, in the last few months, I have literally stopped going to Google for my searches, and I rather go to a Claude to get a very, very detailed and a deep analysis of something that I've been thinking about, or I go to a Perplexity if I want to find out where that source of information is coming from. As a new founder, you could be using tools like ChatGPT or a Claude to understand your business idea better, do a market analysis, or understand your target audience, or even create customer personas. You could even do a SWOT analysis on these tools by giving it the right kind of prompts. As a content creator, you can use these platforms to write you content in the form of a LinkedIn post, in the form of an Instagram post, or even write you titles for your reels. Use the right kind of hashtags. Sometimes I even use it and ask these platforms to tell me what kind of music should I be using behind such a reel, or what kind of pictures I should be adding to some kind of content that I'm working on. A lot of times I also use these platforms to write down emails professionally, or if I want to add like a very friendly tone to my email, whatever I've written, I would just copy paste it to this platform and then ask the platform to write me an email that's both professional and also friendly. So you could be using it in this way to reach out to your clients, to write emails to B2B collaborations where you want to like leave an impression, but don't forget to give it the right kind of prompts. So here's a pro tip when you're writing prompts. Don't make that content very, very generic. So what you can do instead is just writing that write me a LinkedIn post or write me an Instagram post, give it some context. Say that write me a LinkedIn post for graduates who are afraid of starting a business, highlighting their key fears of what makes it hard for them to start a business, and then keep it SEO optimized and also have a very, very friendly tone. And you will see a difference in the kind of responses you will get from the first one where you're just asking for an Instagram or a LinkedIn post, and the other one where there's a lot of context in terms of what you're really asking for and for who. And as a founder who's absolutely new to the UK startup scene, you can also use Gen AI tools like Claude or Perplexity to help you register a company, understand the VAT requirements, how to register for PAYE, and say if you have a small product or service and you are in some remote part of the country, you can also ask these tools to help you find your niche and how to promote that product in a smaller city as compared to something like a London. Next up is Canva AI, and this is your entire brand and design team in one tool. As a solo founder who has a bootstrap business, I've been using Canva for the last 7-ish years, and the entire brand identity for Avika Limited or my current work project Start a Freshie Kid is also built on Canva. You can use Canva for multiple parts of your business like logo creation so that it doesn't look very PowerPoint-ish. You can also use Canva to create a brand guideline like I did. I have a different brand guideline for my SFK page, which is the Start a Freshie Kid, and I've got a different brand guideline that I've curated together over a period of time for Avika Limited. I even chose my color palettes on Canva in terms of what colors I want to use for different posts that will go out on social media. You can also use Canva for the thousands of templates that they've got. And I'm being honest, this video is not sponsored, but because I've been using Canva for so long and there's so much that I've gotten out of that tool for my business that it's made so many things easier. As a solo founder, I've been working with different interns, but to have that foundation set and then have team collaborate on that foundation and not, changing it all the time, but always going back to it, that these are the colors, this is the color scheme we use, this is the logo we use, and this is the kind of text that we use. That has really, really helped us as a team every time that I have a team to, work in coherence and then make sure that every post is delivered on time. I've used Canva AI to create my entire brand identity in one afternoon, especially the magic text feature that has saved me about 10 plus hours per week. I would highly recommend you guys to use the brand kit feature to maintain consistency across all your platforms and have all your team collaborate on it. This way, you can make your startup look established from day one. Tool number 3 is Notion AI, and this is where your startup becomes properly organized. I'm the kind of founder who's always used Apple Notes to write down any kind of ideas that I've had or any kind of tasks that I want to get accomplished tomorrow or in the coming week, or any kind of meetings that I want to schedule with certain people. I would write all of that down in Apple Notes. But ever since I found out about Notion, which was referred to me by one of my friends, I started using it. It took me a while to get the hang of it, but then once I started using it and started organizing my thoughts and ideas and all the research work that I used to do, I don't think I'm going to look back to Apple Notes again. The 2 ways that I highly recommend new founders to use Notion AI is, number 1, to organize all your ideas. As founders, we're constantly thinking about new things, and we can have an idea just walking on the road or taking a shower, or sometimes just eating something and a new idea pops up for a new reel or for some new kind of content or just a new feature for your business. Write it all down in your Notion app. That's what I do. And another way that you can use Notion is to write down all your tasks for the day, for the week, and even for the coming month if you're that organized. I'm not, but if you are, then definitely write it down in your Notion app. Notion AI kind of literally becomes like your external brain, where you can literally put down everything that's going on here, the different ideas under multiple headings, and you can put it and organize it in a way where you understand the information over here much, much better, because you've kind of organized and categorized all that information, all those ideas and all those timelines in a way that you can view, you can understand, and then it kind of makes you want to do it faster. It like pushes you to accomplish those, because the way you've organized it and the way you can just see everything right there. So I would highly recommend Notion to anyone who likes to write down their tasks, or who's been using Apple Notes or any kind of notes but want their information to be better organized and something that's more viewer friendly. What I kind of also use Notion is to write down multiple templates for various emails, or sometimes even use it for multiple prompts that I will be regularly using. So for example, I regularly post on LinkedIn about business, about startups, about my journey as an immigrant founder, and I do have a set prompt to which I always add information. And what I've done is I've added to my Notion so that I can just use it and keep adding more information to it. And every time I want to create a new prompt, using that current prompt or the template that I have, I just put the two together and then put it on one of the Gen AI platforms, and it's done for me. So it's literally 3, 4, 5 hours of work done in minutes. And number 4 is where it gets exciting. Doll E2 is like having a creative director that speaks your language. Well, I've recently come across this AI tool and I'm still playing with it, but something that really, really intrigues me is the kind of visuals and graphics that it comes up with. I'm currently using it for my pitch deck that I'm working on, and I'm thinking to like create visuals about my brand story, about my personal story, and also create images that I can further use on my social media. But as a founder, you could use it for multiple purposes. To just play around and create visuals for your website, to create mock-ups for your product. You can also use it to create visuals and graphics for your social media. You can also use it to actually create infographics to simplify information and like complex ideas. Or just to show your creativity as a founder, you can even create different kinds of visuals and then add them to your website to say that this is how you used an AI tool and this is how you are telling your brand story differently. Now, this is just an idea, but it's a really, really creative tool, which I highly recommend to any new founder who wants to creatively tell their product or brand story. Now, once again, one pro tip that I would like to give is to be very, very specific with the prompts that you give to it. Don't be very generic by saying, give me an image of a meeting in London, but be specific by saying, give me an image of a meeting in a co-working space with a passionate entrepreneur sat down with minimal lighting and they're chatting and maybe other details that you want to talk about. One of them has a coffee in their hand, and just try it out because that is going to look so cool. What I'm going to do is, actually, now that I talk about it, I'm going to do it on Dolly too as well, and then put it up here, and let's see what it comes out to be. And finally, number 5 is Lovable. This is the AI tool that helps you build your entire web presence without you touching a single line of code. Honestly, if I go back to 2018, to the time when I wanted to build my own website and I was studying about how to build a website, I so wish this tool existed, because oh my gosh, the amount of research I did in order to build a website and try to use different kind of website builders and reach out to people who were giving me like crazy quotations to build like a basic static website was insane. And the minute I found out about Lovable, I think it was one of the reels on Instagram where somebody was talking about AI tools and they mentioned Lovable and they talked about how you can build your own website. It literally blew my mind. Whoever's worked on this, I mean the founders, of course, a great work. And if you're a founder who wants to build a landing page, who wants to create a web presence for themselves and do not know where to start, I highly recommend going on to a YouTube tutorial for Lovable, go on their website and figure it out for yourself. And I'm telling you, you would not need any outside help and you will have a landing page ready in literally a few hours. So as a startup founder in 2015, don't make the same mistakes that I did back in 2018. It took me months and months to create a website. I kept looking for people to build it for me. But today you can literally build it from the ease of your desk, from the ease of your room, and it will literally take you probably one day or a few hours to build it, depending on how quick you are to learn the technology. You literally have to just write down small and easy prompts to the Lovable website, and then it will create everything that you need. You can even integrate payments to it, you can integrate and optimize it to a phone, and you can also have contact forms on it. Just write the right prompts and you'll have a landing page ready for you. Two amazing things about Lovable is that it has got GDPR compliance built in and it can integrate payment options that are available in the UK. So I'm not sure what you're waiting for to build that landing page of yours. So here's the reality. While your competitors are still hiring teams and going for massive funding rounds, you could be building, marketing, and scaling using these 5 AI tools. The startup landscape has completely changed now, and you do not need a very big team, a very big funding in order to start your business. All you need is the willingness to learn and to integrate these tools into your startup. If this video helped you see the possibilities, then please do subscribe to the channel, because I share videos like these every week. Tools that I've used and that have eased my life, and the lessons that I've learned as a startup founder in the UK. Drop a comment about which tool you're most excited to try out, and if you're actually trying out some AI tool that you found really useful, then please do leave it in the comments so the community gets to know about it and I get to know about it and also try it out. Remember, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. Your startup journey starts with the tools that you choose today. I'm going to be seeing you in the next video, but until then, keep building.